promised, I wanted to show you a couple things about some of the exercises that were earlier in the forum, and how do we go up fixed lines during expeditions, and then how can we specifically strengthen for that. And I talked about unilateral tricep extension. I also talked about shoulder flexion and also unilateral shoulder flexion. I think it's really important that we honor that muscles are typically fan shape, and so it is really important. I brought a band with me up to Twin Lakes to actually use strength and a variety of angles from top to bottom, and then that way we're able to strengthen that fan shaped muscle appropriately. So to add on to the tricep extension that was shown earlier, so I can put this in. I actually own a Stroop spine in my studio, and I can attach the band to anywhere along that Stroop spine. In the example shown, the tricep extension, you can actually pull the pin and then adjust that tricep extension, or row or lat or whatever you want to do to catch that weak part of the muscle. So when we're talking about being on that fixed line at different angles, and I did only bring a red band with me, more than likely, especially with shoulder flexion, I would use a lighter band. But the example shown was a tricep extension, just like that. And I do actually recommend palms up, thumbs to the inside, and that's going to actually isolate your latissimus dorsi a little bit better, which actually inserts into the tricep area. But we can simply add to that, we can change the grip pattern, which is more appropriate for that fixed line. And then, as I was saying, you can do one arm, which I can't do with the red band. By doing unilateral, what we can accomplish is what happens in the trunk and spine when we actually go to do unilateral. And we have to stabilize ourselves, and that stabilization actually comes through the core. So I think another really important exercise is going to be shoulder flexion, and we can just squeeze back just like this. And so to Martin's point, we can adjust that to the percent grade of wherever that fixed line is, right? And then we can do unilateral. I'm going to have to hold this one side. And we can even make it a complex movement where we're doing contralateral strength. So we add a hip flexion and a hip extension. Hip flexion, hip extension. And that's it. Hope that helps.